2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hello. The purpose of this video is to explain and give feedback regarding readability and clarity of your PDF drawing. So you're looking and watching the video explanation of this document. And we're going to talk about the readability and clarity on the details. Because I gave you a PDF source file for your ceiling details. And some of those details are actually pictures. So I think there's two pictures here. There's one here and there's two. Okay. So if we open that actual source file, source sheet, okay, and you'll see that there is a picture here. It's a picture here. And I know it's a picture because if I zoom in, you can see it's pixelated. Okay. If it's not a picture, when you zoom into something, you won't see any pixelation because they are vectors. Okay, so this one is a picture from this far. You can actually get away with it, and that's okay as long as you can read it. But when you really go closer, you can see it's pixelated because it's really a picture. So from this view, it looks okay, and that's fine. That's totally acceptable. Okay. The problem is when you actually use these pictures in AutoCAD by inserting the PDF. Okay, because if you start AutoCAD, let's start a new drawing, and you insert PDF, and you try to insert the source sheet. Okay, this one, there's the two pictures here, and you click OK. You will see that those two pictures are missing, and they won't show up. Okay, they're not there, and it has something to do with how it was the picture and how it was inserted in AutoCAD to begin with. A picture that is copy and pasted using Control C, Control V will not show up, okay? Because it is not an object, it is not embedded into the drawing file. So yeah, it will show up on your PDF because the PDF is a print file, but when you import that PDF into your AutoCAD, they do not have any information on them that AutoCAD can use. So the picture shows a blank, okay? And so some people would resort to, let's open up AutoCAD again. You would resort to making a screenshot. So I'm going to go and click copy new screenshot, and I can just screenshot this. And then in AutoCAD, you might be tempted to just, hey, I wanna insert that here. Okay. And when you do, and let's reduce that. And when you do, that seems to be okay from this view, but when you zoom in close, you can see it's pixelated, right? And then when you create your PDF, the PDF will also be pixelated because to begin with, you didn't check whether that detail was really, inserted correctly with readable text and readable lines. You didn't check, you didn't zoom in, you just copy and pasted it. You will not see that correctly on your PDF file. Okay, so you're gonna see something like this. Okay, and you're gonna see that it's okay from this view, but when you zoom closer, you might see something like this, pixelated. You can see this one is, you can see the name here, hanger. Okay, I think the spelling is with the E, but anyway, you can see this. They're perfectly correctly drawn here, but when you look at the picture, you can't read that. You can't read that. You can't read this one. You can see pixelation. So this kind of drawing is even this one here. Okay, it's not acceptable. You are creating a drawing so that the contractors can follow them on the job site and create the build the structure correctly. And this one is not acceptable. Okay, so usually students who have done this are like press on time and they just want to copy and paste. And the effect is you didn't check your drawing, so you just copy and pasted something. When you copy and pasted something, everything is pixelated. Okay. Yeah, so just copy and pasting pictures, it will become pixelated, and it is not acceptable. This um this is not going to be graded. You should get a 0 whenever you have something like this. Okay. However, you can still fix it for our final drawing. But if you have pixelated drawings like this, this is non-existent. There's no work that was really done here. You just created these titles. And by the way, just to insert or just to add into this one, you should be consistent. Okay, so this they should be on the correct line. So this one's too small. This one's overlapping on the border. There's two numbers here, 5 and 5. So you need to make sure that everything works well. There's not consistent. So this is number 6 here, a different font than this one. So you have to make that consistent. Okay? So that's one thing. Another thing that we need to make sure is that the pictures, when you insert them, are clear, and you can still do this, copy and pasting pictures by using a PDF reader like Adobe. So I'm just thinking of some other way you can do this. But if you have a source sheet and you simply do a screenshot, this will not turn well. Okay. When you're taking a screenshot, you need to, for pictures, you need to either zoom closer using your big screen, and then take a picture. And sorry, the picture that you're capturing, okay, might turn well in terms of resolution, okay. Or if you have like this Adobe Pro that I'm using, Adobe Pro, you can select the object like this one. I simply select on the object, and you can select on a picture. It's a picture if you can select the object. This one you can't select that because they're vectors. Okay. So another picture here. Where's another picture here? I think this one. If you click select that, so you can see that it highlights. So once it highlights, you can right click and then you can copy an image. And then when you copy the image, so copy image, you can go to AutoCAD and then you can insert that image. Okay, and then simply click OK here. And you can see that it actually is a better resolution than just simply copy and pasting. Oh, than simply copy and pasting uh, an object that you screenshot. Okay, so let me reduce the size here. Okay, so this one is a picture of an object that I right click on my Adobe PDF, and you can see I can still read it. Okay, compared to this one where I did a screenshot and I can't hardly read it. Okay, so uh, first of all, taking pictures or using pictures for details, that's fine and that's okay. But if you're working for a firm, that's really no good. Okay, you need to actually draw. You need to actually draw these in AutoCAD from the picture. And so I think I have an example of that one here. So here are details. Okay, these details are redrawn. Okay, this is the picture of that last one, and it's redrawn, and so that's fine. This one is how firms wanted you to do the details, not just take a bunch of pictures and insert them there. Okay, so yeah, for your finals, you need to make sure that you are not just actually using pictures for majority of your details. So you are actually um, drawing them out. And if you don't allocate time to do that, you will find yourself trying to, just get away with pictures, and that's unacceptable. Okay. So there's no reason for you to just, draw pictures, especially for PDFs, like the PDF file sheet that I gave you here. You should not take a picture of this. This is not a picture. This one's a picture, but this one is not. See, this one you can import and export it in AutoCAD. So you can see that this is not a picture, but you should see that it can be imported and exported. You have some work to do, okay, and you need to modify the text and change the text. But you know, if the PDF file is has pictures, don't take a screenshot. You can use your Adobe or some dedicated software or program or to select the image. Select the image, right click and copy image. Okay. This one you should not be taking a picture of this one. This is something that you can import export in AutoCAD because they are vectors. Okay. So if you just take a picture of that one, that would be no good, especially for finals. Okay. So finals, we will have to check whether you did your work because you were given time to do this, and you should be allocating time to do that. If you're only trying to spend like one day doing it, you're gonna have a big problem. Okay. Um, the last thing that I wanted to talk about is uh, line weight. So if I double click line weight, my PDF file, when you create a PDF file, you should always double check your PDF. When you open the PDF, you can see some drawings are darker than the others, right? This is a picture, and this person did it right. I can read the picture, and there's only two pictures that was imported because the source sheet that we were copying from only has two pictures, and that's fine. The rest should be imported, but if you don't modify, you can see that this is all dark, and that's because when you import, everything is like white, okay, and then white lines are gonna be thick. So you still have to devote some editing time exploding this and changing some of the line weights on here so that when you open up PDF file, it's not like this dark blob of lines that are very hard to see. Because the point of making details is so that the contractor can see. You can hardly see which notes is this referring to and what are these, right? So you can't see that from this view. So you do have to spend your time looking at your PDF file, right? There's too many dark lines here, and that's again unacceptable. Okay, so we are producing concrete drawing, construction drawings. Okay, and so I already have given you the source sheet. All you have to do is really modify the line weights, modify the text to match everything, because it doesn't make sense for you to use these kinds of text and then on your detail have something totally different. You're not consistent. Okay, so we have to always check for the output of your work, for the output of your PDF file. Okay, you should have the same height of text. You should have the same font style in order for you to be consistent with your detail. Okay, that's something that will have to be checked in finals. For your submission, I did not dock any one of you for these kinds of problems, but I do wanted to emphasize that this is going to be unacceptable for finals, and you will not get any credit if you don't fix these kinds of details. Okay, so make sure that you allocate time to um, fix your details. Okay, so here's a sheet where the details were inserted. This is a picture again, but even if I zoom in, I can still see it's a picture, but I can read them clearly. Okay, so here are pictures of uh, or details that came from the source sheet. Um, okay, and they're clear. They're vectors. The only thing that is different here is that the text is different from here. Okay, so as long as you're consistent, if all your details has this kind of font, then you can get away with it. Okay, you can get away with. So this is like maybe an Arial font, and this is an Arial font, and all your details have Arial fonts, and that's fine. You can get away with it, but you should also have them the same height. Okay, looks like this one would be bigger than this one, so you do have to match those in terms of height. Okay, So yeah, try to devote more time looking at your PDFs and checking, because that's one of the things that will be graded for our final sheet. Okay, so this is all about feedback for from your reflected ceiling plan details. Okay, and make sure that you double check and review your PDF before turning them in, especially for our final submission. Um, because if all you did was take pictures of the PDF I gave you, that is not going to be acceptable because you actually did almost zero work on that one. Okay, so constructive criticism. Make sure that you do the work and not just take pictures. Okay.